Welcome back to But I Won't Do That. It is a weekly...
Weekly?
Yes, weekly, John.
Weekly
podcast where we talk about song lyrics every single week. And you know what, John? It
is currently the number 4 podcast in the world for people with very nice ankles.
And we talk about a whole bunch of other stuff too, so why don't you stay tuned? Every single mistake that has been made on this podcast so far, thankfully, our listeners will never know about.
But you never know the multitude of mistakes you have made.
I have made 9 human errors in a row, and I'm looking at the screen now, John, and I finally managed to not stuff it up. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm sitting here dead tentative thinking, are we running? Are we rolling?
We're actually good this time.
We're into it. Brilliant.
I hit record and then I didn't turn the channel on. And then I deleted the track and then I deleted the whole track. Yep. But then I hit record again really quickly without checking anything. And then blah, blah, blah. Technical.
Thank goodness you're not a pilot. Because you would have just killed 300 people in your Boeing 737.
There are so many reasons for me to not be a pilot. Ooh. I cannot even be in charge of Fisher-Price toys. Like
that and you're drunk.
Stop telling everybody, mate.
I mean, I used to drink on the job back when I was a pilot for Malaysian Airlines, but let's not talk about that.
Now, your last flight that you had, that MH70, what ended up happening to that one?
Wait, no, we can't talk about that, dude. Can we delete that bit after? I don't want people to know I was drunk flying.
I've run out of deletions.
Oh, no.
Yeah. By the way, how was your trip to Maui?
Maui? Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's not talk about it.
Not talk about that.
I do like Maui, though. Yeah.
Well, I like how it used to be. Yeah. So, guess what?
What?
I'm unemployed.
Oh, no, you lost your job?
No, quit.
You quit? Uh-huh. Good for you, but...
no more adult nappies for me.
What are you going to do in your future, mate? What are you going to do?
I've got a week to think about it.
Got a week?
Yeah, I'll let everyone know next time.
Yeah?
Yep.
Have you got a little
secret
job. Project on the boil?
I've got another job.
Another job? Are you going to be saying, would you like fries with that?
No.
Ooh.
No. I might say that, but no one will know what the hell I'm talking about.
Are you allowed to talk about your new job, or are you just keeping it on the down?
Well, I could. I mean, by the time this podcast gets out, I'll be like 4 weeks into that job. But
that's true.
I've got a job as a big boss man.
You're the big boss?
That's right. I'm a boss man.
You're the big boss.
That's right. I even went to, do you know what I did today? I did a big boss man thing.
Ooh.
I went and bought some shirts, didn't I?
Like a big boss.
We bought some nice new shirts.
That's what bosses do. They go out and buy shirts. Nice ones.
The ones with the little man playing with the polo horse on the front.
Oh.
Yeah, and some proper ones, not polo shirts either, not short sleeve.
Oh.
Big boy long sleeve
Big boy long sleeve, try to look smart,
yeah.
Maybe put cufflinks on them kind of shirts?
So I can hide all my tattoos.
Hide your tattoos?
Why
are you hiding your tattoos?
I don't need to hide my tattoos. But I just thought, well, I'm going, because they're flying me up to Sydney for training for the first week.
Yep.
So I thought, well, dress nice.
Yep.
Wear shoes.
Let's not tell them the truth immediately.
No.
Let's not show them I'm a tattooed yobbo.
But if they are listening to this podcast in the future, this is a comedy podcast where we're making stuff up. So we're gonna get into the song that's on your screens in a minute. If you haven't heard the song, go listen to it in a minute if you like.
Mm-hmm. But we've got a little bit of admin to do.
We do have some admin. So I have a very special favour to ask our listeners. Mm-hmm. What do you think, John? If you're listening to a podcast and the people who put out the free podcast,
it is free
to entertain you every week,
yeah,
without fail.
I know, aren't we good?
We are
so good to you, beauties.
We used to say it was weekly-ish. Now we're just saying it's weekly.
It is. I mean, we've stepped up our game to go from ish to full week.
I reckon there's probably a time coming in the future where we could probably do our main podcast and then a bonus one during, have 2 per week some weeks.
Nice. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Would be amazing, but I'm only going to do it under one condition.
One condition, that it's damp.
No, so we were looking at the stats earlier, and we have had, and thank you, by the way, we've had genuinely over 800 listens to our podcast. That's freaking nuts.
Yeah.
800.
Yeah.
Guess how many 5-star reviews we've got?
How many?
2.
What?
Yeah.
Only 2?
2 or 3. And one of them's from Nick Stephen.
I think one of them might be me.
And one of them's definitely me. So listen, guys. Here's how it rolls so far. So the number one podcast of ours that you've listened to, John, do you want to tell them?
It is Private Dancer by a lady you might have heard of called Tina Turner.
Now, Tina was great to us. She died right when we launched that podcast.
Yeah, so what we're hoping for deep down is that more people die.
Yeah, so...
I mean, that'd be useful to us.
There's at least one of the Beatles left, so if they're not looking very healthy recently, you can let us know. So 56 people have listened to that. It's had 56 plays, and that's our number one podcast. 56. Mm-hmm. Not one 5-star review for that.
What?
And 56 people. And it's our number one podcast. So please, guys, if you have a favourite podcast, pick one at random there, John, off the list. Have you got your spectacles on?
I've got my spectacles on. Go to maybe Safety Dance, Men Without Hats. That's
okay, Safety Dance is Sandy Wiggins' favourite.
Oh.
And that is ranked number 12. We've had 29 people listen to that one. So, you know what? A 5-star review, Sandy. Sandy just told me tonight on Facebook, in our Facebook group, that that's her favourite. And then I reckon if we review this again in a month or so, I think the Right Said Fred song, I'm Too Sexy.
Yep.
Which has had...
That was a good one. That was a fun episode.
It was good. It was fun to record. That's had 21 listens. It's only been out a couple of weeks. So I think that's the one to watch.
Yep.
With a bullet. We've just launched Ghostbusters. We've just launched Fly Me to the Moon. And we're about to launch Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, You're So Vain by Carly Simon, Golden Brown, which we're about to do tonight. And next week, after this, we're going to do Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice. Fantastic. That's exciting
to look forward to. And guys, we've told you a bit of interesting information because we are real people.
Are you a real person?
No, we are a real person together.
We are, yes.
Just together.
Together, we make up one intelligent person.
Yeah, well, hang on. You said intelligent. I said real.
Oh, that's two different things, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's not intelligent.
Case in point.
Maybe, well, real. Yeah, we'll have to go with real because certainly you're not intelligent.
No. So we will keep doing this podcast until people scream at us and tell us not to.
Yep.
But it would be so nice if you could please jump onto the platform that you listen to. Spotify or Apple work really, really well.
Yeah. Chuck up a 5-star review. It's dead easy.
Yep.
Maybe a little review. Just say how handsome John and Grant are.
Yeah, something.
Doesn't even have to be anything about the podcast. Just say we're handsome, or it doesn't have to be the truth. No. Just say we set up a beautiful Christmas tree or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something like that.
Something random.
If every single person says that we set up a beautiful Christmas tree, the algorithm might pick up on that. But I'm willing to run the gauntlet on that one. So look, why do we want to get some reviews? So one of the things that giving a review does is it puts our podcast, using the algorithm, it puts our podcast to the top. Mm-hmm. And the more we get to the top, the more we get noticed. The more we get noticed, the more it's easier for us to monetize and get some sponsors.
And then the more podcasts we can do.
Yeah. The more we can do, the more we can do.
Yeah.
And so we're mentioning it tonight because this is episode 30.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and it's kind of a big deal. We're going for 100, and then we're going to see what happens after 100. We're 1/3 of the way through our target.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so if you could do that for us, that'd be great.
Thanks, folks.
Let us know. John.
And we might even start a band called the Algorithm.
Far out. In our spare time. Let's start a band. It's hard enough running Beauty Corp, man.
Man, it is, isn't it? Well, luckily we've got some very smart people behind the scenes.
Well, this is one of the things, too, we have... I didn't know if I've told you this, but I had to let David Beckham go today.
To be honest with you, I'm not surprised, because he really hasn't been pulling his weight. I have noticed that he spends a lot of his time just staring at the sun.
Yep.
We can't afford that.
Well, he's staring at the sun because I put him in charge of the 5-star reviews.
Oh, poor David.
And that's why I had to let him go. So if you want to get David Beckham's job back... then, help a brother out.
He was very sad, wasn't he? He was a bit sad.
He was sad.
He was very sad. What, you letting me go?
I wasn't sure if I could hit that pitch, but I can.
I can. Oh, you well done.
Thank you.
Oh, David Beckham. I'm just staring at the sun.
It's a 1-star review.
Oh,
the sun.
The sun?
It's like a giant burning ball of gas.
Giant burning ball of gas. Oh, talking of burning balls of gas.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. What a segue. I can't believe it.
You noticed my segue?
I noticed your segue. It's just sitting there in the corner. Oh, those two were brilliant.
I've ridden it for ages.
No, you should get on your segue. See ya! Did you know that the guy who invented the Segway died on his Segway?
Yes.
I love it. That's so good.
Is that true, or is that a myth?
No, I've heard it on several podcasts, so it must be
true.
Because every podcast is the full facts.
I most recently heard it on the But I Won't Do That podcast.
Oh, well, those boys are scientists.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're smart boys.
I know one of them.
You know one of them?
Mm-hmm.
I know the other one.
Oh, there you go.
The other one, but one of them, don't know him at all.
Hey, we're 10 minutes in. We better give the listeners a song.
Oh dear. All right then. Which song? Well,
yeah, we're doing that one.
We're doing that one.
Yeah, we're doing yours.
We're doing a little song called. It's a short song, but it's a good one. It's called Golden Brown. And it's by a band called the Stranglers.
Hang on. I instantly have a problem.
What's that?
So it's one of those these days versus nowadays problems.
Yeah.
So nowadays, if you were sitting around with your bandmates going, "Hey, good band names. What do you got?" You know, the Rapists,
the punch-ons.
Yeah, punch-ons.
The elbows to the ear.
The groin kneers.
Oh, how about the garrotters?
Oh, too harsh. Too soon.
Eye pokers.
It's good. I like it.
Nut kickers.
Yeah, but that's I already sort of said that one.
Butt whippers.
Stranglers.
I love it.
Yeah.
Stranglers. I mean, it's a bit murderous. But who cares?
But that's who we are.
That's who we are, and who cares? It's like the 70s or the 60s or the 80s. I don't know when they're from.
We are not music historians.
We're not music historians, and we don't really care. No. But the fact is, it was a long time ago when saying things like that was okay. I
mean, you've heard some of our song lyrics that we've covered where, you know, a lot of the songs you couldn't write these days. But this is the...
Well, that's the point of the pod, yeah.
Oh, is that what we do here?
Wait, what?
Is that what we do?
Have I showed everyone how the sausage is made? Oh, no.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Why are we always talking about your sausage?
I don't know. It's very interesting.
Can you put it away?
It is away.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not my sausage. What were you looking at?
I
just put that big salami on the table. I mean, technically I brought it, so it is my sausage, but whatever.
Nice. Hey, give it a crack. What's the song say?
The song says, Golden Brown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what you should call the song.
Because that's in the title.
It's in the title.
It's in the title. That's brilliant. Already, what a brilliant song. It's called Golden Brown. The first word, Golden Brown. Not a problem.
So far, the song is as I expected it to be.
Golden Brown.
It's the titular. They're the titular words.
It's brilliant, isn't it? It's
so simple. That word?
Titular. I love titular.
Titular.
I love the first bit as well.
Titular.
Yeah, I love it.
Titular.
I love a pair of titulars. It's brilliant. Golden Brown.
Sounded like we're on a train. Titular.
Ooh. Golden brown.
Yep.
Texture like sun.
Hang on. What? Like billions of degrees hot and plasma.
Yeah. You know, like golden brown, because golden brown, it's like like the texture of the sun, super, super hot. But you've just got a hash brown out of the oven.
If you were looking at the sun on any particular Australian day, a summer's day, let's say.
Yeah. On a non-cloudy day, so you can actually see the sun.
Yeah. Would you look at it and say, sun's golden brown today? Or would you just say, shouldn't be looking at this for so long?
I'd be going, ouchie, ouchie, my eyes, I think I'm blind.
Yeah.
Something like that.
How do you remain so calm when you do that?
I don't know. I think it's because I looked at the sun already and I'm already blind, so the damage is already done.
You've got corneas like little croutons.
I've got croutons in my eyeballs. So golden brown.
Texture like sun.
And a texture is generally it's what you feel. It's like a roughness.
You nearly did it. You caught yourself doing a visual.
I did. I nearly did a visual and then I stopped myself.
Well done.
Brilliant.
You've disciplined.
But what would the texture of the sun be? A little bumpy.
Ouchies.
It's just ouchies, isn't it?
Oh, I wonder whether you, let's say you could touch the sun.
Yeah.
Would you? Yeah, your hand would just go through it. Like, you know how when you're a kid and you play with a candle flame and you run your finger through it?
Yeah.
You ever do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So you could technically do that with the sun. Just run your hand really in and out real quick.
Yeah, if you're big enough. You can do that with molten steel.
Maybe it's a bit sandy or something. Like a bit, yeah.
Sandy? You mean like John Travolta?
Yeah, sandy?
Sandy? If you have molten steel, you can put your hand into it really quickly.
We're not scientists,
No,
we need to point out, but I've heard you can do that.
What's that thing where if you put a drop of liquid into a really hot fry pan, what's that called? And it
boiling?
No.
There's a proper word for it. We can't think of it.
And the steam sits under the moisture. Anyway, that happens with your hand in boiling hot steel. So maybe that happened on the sun. Anyway,
I imagine it would.
Yes. If you guys know what that's called, can you remind me, please? Because I won't be able to sleep for the next 5 weeks.
This first line, it could be a decorating tip. You know what I mean? Golden. If you're painting your house, golden brown. What's the texture? What's the texture of golden brown? Texture like sun.
Hang on. The decorators are here.
Oh, hey.
Excuse me, can I get this wall painted, please?
Yeah, mate. What colour do you want?
I'm thinking golden brown.
Golden brown, easy. Yep. What sort of texture would you like?
I'm thinking I'd like it textured like the sun.
Like a sun? Yeah. You want a little ripple.
See,
the sun, it's a little ripple.
Always helps to ask an expert.
Yeah, golden brown. Texture like sun, there's just a little ripple in it. Simple, no worries. See you later.
Wow, that was handy.
Was he just walking past?
Didn't even need to make a phone call this week.
I know that. Are you getting your house painted or something?
Apparently.
It was weird that they were here.
Apparently.
Very weird.
At this time of night, strange.
Yeah. It is odd you didn't have to cook. Like, they just... people now. Decorators.
I know.
Show up at any time, don't they?
Yeah, but handy.
Unlike plumbers, who sometimes don't turn up at all.
I know. My plumber's on crack.
Your plumber's on... What, a crack of his pants?
Yeah, he needs some builder's bog.
He needs to pull his pants up. Nobody wants to see that. All it does is reminds me I need to find somewhere to park my bicycle. Anyway, lays me down.
We're back to the song, just so you know.
We're back to the song. Lays me down. With my mind, she runs.
So, is she like a doctor that does lobotomies? So she's laid you down, and then she's stuck something up your nostrils, and pulled out your frontal lobe or your prefrontal cortex, and off she goes.
Off she runs
with it in her hand, going.
Which is not very convenient because I need my mind. I need it, especially if decorating.
Yeah.
If I'm decorating with golden brown, I'm going to need my mind.
Otherwise, you won't know the texture.
No.
That's weird. Lays me down with my mind. She runs. It's violent.
It's quite horrific, really, isn't it? And if it is texture like sun, it's probably bought like she's... Are we on the sun?
No.
We're not on the sun.
No. Otherwise, the song would go like this. Ow! Ow!
Yeah, it's a very different song, isn't it? Yeah. So, throughout the night, no need to fight.
What if you want to fight?
Well, who are you fighting?
Well, she's just run off with your brain. Oh, zombies!
Yes. So she's run off with your brain.
I like how we both have this
zombies! Yes. It's obviously about zombies. There's no need to fight throughout the night. Yeah, the zombies are going to come in the night. No need to fight, but you can have a fight if you want. It's all right.
Now the song's making sense.
Don't be soft. Have a fight.
Oh, that's from Viz Comics.
It is. Yeah. I used to have that T-shirt. And the funny thing was, years and years ago, over 20 years ago, it was hanging on the line.
Yeah.
And it was about 30 years ago because I was working at McDonald's at the time. Yeah. They stole all the clothes off. They kept that T-shirt and threw the McDonald's uniform back over the fence. Oh. But my Don't Be Soft, Have a Fight T-shirt was
hard to get.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Most of our listeners wouldn't know about Viz Comics, but I grew up reading Beano comics and Whizzer and Chips and then graduated on
we had them. And Viz was the adults' naughty comic version. It wasn't always...
Buster Gonads and his feasibly amazing
absolutely. The fat slags. There were so many.
Johnny F-Wit?
Yes.
Terry F-Wit.
Yeah, Terry F-Wit. Someone Pryor, the compulsive liar.
Yeah, Aldridge Pryor,
the compulsive liar, which he is kind of a template for what happens sometimes in this podcast. He's like, I used to live with the Nolan sisters, and me and Cher, we were holding hands driving my car when she died and went off a cliff.
I think I've just realised where our entire comedy back catalogue comes from. It's mostly Viz
We're
jokes.
Pulling from Viz Comic.
You know, my favourite, and our listeners are probably going, here they go again. They're talking about something I don't know about.
Yep.
Just Google it, guys. But if you're going to Google it, Google the Viz comic letters to the editor.
Oh,
the
magnificent.
Letterbox.
My favourite letter to the editor. Do you remember Top Tips?
Yeah,
my
Top
favourite
Tips.
was, and I still say it to this day. It's easier to sharpen a worm if you freeze it first. Brilliant.
I sent in a top tip once.
Did you? What was your top tip?
Urinate loudly into the toilet water when you're in the toilet, or gents urinate loudly into the toilet water when you're in the toilet. That way, people won't accidentally walk in on you, or something like that. Like, it was
beautiful.
I probably worded it a lot better.
Yeah.
Avoid embarrassing walk-ins by urinating loudly.
Urinating very loudly. Yeah, I like that. That's good. In fact, it's something I do.
Yeah,
I must have read it. And did it ever get published?
I genuinely can't remember. I think in my mind it did, but I don't know if it really did. Yeah. I think I wanted it to more than it did. So I'm not sure.
Maybe.
It
Maybe.
was a long time. It was the 90s, man. So after the lobotomy and after the zombies.
Throughout the night. No need to fight. Never a frown with golden brown.
Do you know why there's never a frown?
Why not?
Because the front of your brain's missing. And
you can't. You've got no emotions.
None.
Traditionally, well, if you have a lobotomy, you get rid of your emotions. It's.
Is that what it is?
Gets rid of. I don't know. I am a doctor, so I should know these things.
I thought you said you're adopted.
Well, that as well. I was adopted by a tribe of kangaroos.
You said you're adopted, and then I showed you my growth, and then
your growth.
Yeah.
Which growth is that?
And then after that, I found out you're a doctor, and I'm like, well, everything worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I am a doctor.
What do you mean? Remember, what growth was it?
Harold Shipman School of Medicine. Anyway, sorry, what?
What do you mean? What growth was it?
You said you showed me your growth.
Yeah.
I'm like, what growth did you show me?
You can't remember?
No. Was it that horrific thing, that lumpy thing on your lower back?
Yeah.
With a face that looked like Nigel Mansell,
Yep.
the racing driver.
Which is who Nigel Mansell is, or are you saying that for our listeners?
Yeah, no, I'm saying that's what the growth on your back looks like. It's the face of Nigel Mansell.
I came to you first because I thought it looked more like Michele Alboreto.
Yeah, well, it doesn't.
And then found out it was
Nigel Mansell, which, to be honest, is not as impressive. It's... My mum went to school with Nigel Mansell, funnily enough.
Really?
Yeah, they went to the same school. He was in the year in front of her.
Did they ride their bikes there together?
No, I think she fancied... She used to say, Nigel Mansell could have been your dad. And I always thought, even as a kid, I think, if you'd got together with Nigel Mansell, I wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Because the fact is, you got together with my dad, not Nigel Mansell.
But you never know. You may have existed, but been different.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't have minded Nigel Mansell being my dad, because I wouldn't mind having to go in a racing car.
Imagine how fast the Camry would go.
Oh, hey, mate, it already does. It's already faster than light. It's faster than golden brown.
Unless you're a Tasmanian police officer, and the Camry only goes at a safe and legal speed.
Of course, it's such a dad car, the Camry.
Yeah, which is lucky because you're a dad.
I am a dad. It's a dadmobile, and I love it. And on the toe ball of my car is Yoda's head. So it's a Toyota on a Toyota.
We have to take a photo of that at the end of the podcast.
Yes, we'll put it on. My nephew asked me about that yesterday. Yeah. Uncle John, why do you have Yoda on your car?
Your nephew's 42. Why does he talk like that?
He's weird.
Oh.
He's weird.
Yeah.
Size of a 6-year-old, 8-year-old. Why do you have Yoda on your car? Toyota on a Toyota.
It's good. It's clever. I like it.
Nice.
Hey, we better press on.
Every time.
We said we are going to talk a bit of crap in this podcast, but this all
we've gone far too much. Every time, just like the last.
Hang on, say that again.
Every time, just like the last.
Just one more time.
Every time, just like the last.
Oh, it's true.
It is. It's exactly like the last, isn't it?
Yeah, no matter how many times you read that line.
It's every time. It's just like the last time. Same. Isn't that weird?
Isn't it weird?
This song is strangely predictive.
I know. I think it's.
But here we go. Every time, just like the last. On her ship, tied to the mast. Who's tied to the mast? A hash brown or a zombie?
Ship tied to. I'm struggling with this one.
Or maybe the person singing the song, he's tied to a mast. She's tied him. Well, she's taken his brain, tied him to a mast. He's having a bad day. Is she a pirate?
I went to say that it might be something, and then I was questioning whether I knew the meaning of the word. What's a hyperbole?
It's what you power a spaceship with.
Ah, cool. So,
Yeah.
wrong,
Hyperbole is fired up.
wrong meaning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's in the David Bowie song, I believe.
Yeah.
In our Space trilogy, there's David Bowie and Rocket Man. I believe it's covered in that. Hyperbole is covered in that.
I thought that was in All Fired Up.
What was in All Fired Up?
Pat Benatar. Hyperbole was about a rocket ship.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a music historian. I'm just throwing this out there.
Nor a literary genius either.
No, absolutely not.
Obviously, I'm not. I know that hyperbole is a word.
It is.
But I don't know what it means.
We'll look it up in a few weeks. Maybe if somebody could write it down on a postcard and mail it in to...
I'd love to get a postcard from a listener.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Do you remember back in the day when they'd say answers on a postcard to P.O. Box 82 million, Crow's Nest, New South Wales?
Yeah.
And then you'd actually send in the answer to the question.
That was on Hey Hey It's Saturday, the Crow's Nest one.
Yeah, that was, it was anything in Sydney, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have a P.O. Box?
Do I have one personally?
Yeah.
No.
Do you know anyone with one? Because let's just go to, you know what we could do? Hey, guys, don't listen to this for a sec because it's going to be really...
It's going to be stupid. It's going to be really rubbish. Yeah, what do you think?
We'll play a trick on our listeners, right?
Yeah.
Let's just go find a random post box.
Yeah.
And tell all our listeners that that's our post box. And they can all send postcards to that post box addressed to us.
Yeah.
And then the person whose post box it is will get all these postcards, obviously hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of postcards.
Billions, heaps.
And then they'll be going, oh, who's John and Grant from But I Won't Do That podcast? Then they'll look it up. Then they'll find us. And then just give us...
And we'll get one extra listener.
Yep.
What a marketing plan.
See?
Brilliant. You're a genius. You're a marketing genius.
I still don't know what hyperbole means.
What we could... Well, nor do I. What we could do is also send a letter to that same P.O. box saying, look, can you please forward it on to my address?
Yeah, all right. Well, you're a thinker.
Make them do all the work.
I'm a doer.
Make them do all the heavy... Yeah, I'm a thinker, you're a doer. And between the two of us, we get things done.
Hyperbole is an exaggerated statement or claim not meant to be taken literally.
So basically,
this entire
podcast. So when we didn't know what hyperbole means,
I thought
it was exactly what we are doing. Everything. Oh my goodness gracious!
I thought it was, and it's like our 4 listeners just breathed a collective sigh.
I think there was a lot of people wanting to just smack us in the face and say, "You don't, you boys,
business as usual, really."
Takes both my hands.
Back to the song.
Back to the song. Takes both my hands. I think that's she's taking both my hands after she phlebotomized me and tied me to a ship's mast. I'm having a bad day. Never a frown. What?
Yeah, it's never a frown.
Never a frown with golden brown.
Do you know what I really feel like now after listening to this
Hash
song?
brown.
No, a golden gay time.
Oh, they're a delicious ice cream.
How have they not been renamed yet? So
I'm glad they haven't. You know, I know they changed the cheese. Coon cheese. Yeah. They changed that. But I think
stupid.
Yes. I mean, with the Golden Gate, just stick with it. Yeah. But yeah, I'd be disappointed if they changed the name.
What would they call it?
The Golden Hetero Time.
The Golden Inclusive Time.
Yeah, the inclusive time. I'd be fine with it.
Would you stop eating it if they called it that?
I don't eat it anyway.
You're way ahead of everyone else then.
Yeah. But if somebody bought me a Golden Gay Time ice cream, I've had them before, delicious ice cream.
It's my wife's favourite ice cream.
Yeah.
Would my wife have to change her name?
She might. She's got part of that in her name.
Inclusive nor.
Yeah, she will have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, babe. She doesn't listen to... she's listened to one podcast.
Well, she hears us. 30. And she hears us.
She doesn't.
Live.
She's at netball training.
Yeah. She knew I was coming over. And she left.
Nah,
she says it's netball training. She's just having a drink with her mates.
She's down pub.
She's down pub with friends.
Aye.
Is that John coming over? Oh, I'm getting out of here.
I'm going to get Tash and go to pub.
Go to pub. We're going to have a lovely time without you lads. You lads are talking shite, you are.
Aye.
Aye. Never a frown with golden brown.
Yes.
Golden brown. Finer temperatures.
Then what?
Is that a skinny
Finer temptress. That's called a lost performative. There's something. Yeah, no, that's.
Thank you. Oh gosh, you and you didn't know what hyperbole was, but you know what whatever that was.
Maybe I secretly did know what hyperbole was and milked the shit out of a joke. Or maybe
do that.
Or maybe I'm just an idiot.
No.
Either way.
Either way, it worked.
Finer temptress. So that's a lost performative. So finer temptress, there's no comparison to that. So so the question then becomes finer than who or what?
I know a finer temptress.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
My girlfriend. She's a finer temptress.
Oh, it's all we bloody hear about now.
I know.
John's girlfriend.
John's got a girlfriend. Shut up, John.
I know,
I'm just proud of myself. It's been a long time.
I know, it has.
I know, it has been ages.
A long time.
Ugh.
You've been carting them around in a wheelbarrow.
I have, but eventually I had to get rid of them. Now they're 10 high at the tip.
Yeah.
Through the ages...
I was talking about your balls.
No, I was talking about dead women. So, have you know how elderly men buy life-size latex sex dolls? I'm just going to say it. This is an adult podcast. There's middle-aged men. Tens of thousands are being sold, right?
Yeah.
What's going to happen to these men is they're going to get older and they're going to pass away.
So second-hand.
Second-hand sex dolls. Now, you go to Uncle Frank's funeral. Uncle Frank, you're going to say, look, you're going to put your hand up and say, look, it's sad Uncle Frank's died, but don't worry about Lucille. I'll take care of her. Yeah. Nobody's doing that. Nobody wants Uncle Frank's second-hand sex doll. Therefore, in 10 to 15 years, there is going to be an epidemic of latex look-alike dead women in landfill.
I'm surprised.
Do you realise that? There is going to be tens of thousands of latex dead-looking fake women at the tip because nobody's going to keep it in the cupboard.
I don't know. If I'm honest, it's nothing a bit of a scrubbing brush, some pint of clean, and a good hose.
No, but yes, but nobody's going to do that.
You reckon?
No, nobody's going to have a second-hand sex doll unless you've got a second-hand sex doll.
Do you know what I'm hearing?
What?
Business model.
Well, I did think if you're in the US, you couldn't do it in Australia. I don't think there's the market for it, or especially in Tasmania. But you could have a deceased sex doll removal service, and you basically just chuck them through a shredder.
What are we doing at level 22 on Beauty Corp right now?
Wait, what? Are we already doing this?
No, it's vacant.
We could do, yeah, all right. Are you saying a latex sex doll removal service for Beauty Corp? Yeah, actually, that's a brilliant idea.
What do we do this? Level 22, we can store them up there.
Yeah.
And we can run the business from up there. And if it doesn't take off, level 22 has a laundry chute.
Yeah.
From the previous owners of that building.
Yeah.
We could use that laundry chute to go straight down into like a latex shredder in the basement if they don't sell.
Yeah. Or straight down to Sher where there's the incinerator.
Yes.
We generate electricity through dead women. Latex sex dolls.
Yeah. Do you know it used to be called the incinerator. Until it broke. Remember, it broke, and we had the toxic spill, and now it's called Chernobyl. Yeah.
Oh, so, dreadful state of it.
If I could turn back time.
If anyone's listening, maybe
if anyone's listening,
Dale or Nick or anyone, if you're listening and you want to get rid of your old sex doll, or even better, if your Uncle Frank dies and you don't know what you want to do, just get in touch.
Well, can I be Frank?
You can be Frank.
Good.
Go on then, Frank.
Oh, can I have my sex doll back, please?
Oh, what? No, you can't. It's already gone. Well, you're not dead.
So, look, if you would like to, sincerely, if you have a dead relative and you want to get rid of your sex doll, just contact us at PO Box 101, Hobart 7001.
Yeah, and hopefully at some stage it will get to us.
You can send the sex doll directly there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Or, even better, we'll show up with a van and it'll be very discreet. We'll just throw her over the shoulder in a blanket and it'll be fine.
What if it leaks? All right, there's no more words on this song. We got to go. We'll see you next week, guys.
Хорошо живет на свете Винни-Пух, оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он худеть не станет, а ведь он худеть не станет, если, конечно, вовремя подкрепиться. Да. Трам-пара-па-пам-пара-па-пам-пам-па. Пум-пурум-пу-пум-пурум-пу-трам-пам-па. Пум-пурум-пу-пу-пурум-пум. Пум-пум-пум-пум-пум-пум. Хорошо живет на свете Винни-Пух. Оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он толстеть не станет. А ведь он толстеть не станет. Никогда.